Okay, so here we are in the second part of the call. We're going to go ahead and jump straight into it, and we're going to pick it up at the end of me getting his banking details. This is where I realized the bank details aren't any good, and I need to get an actual credit card today that he says he might not have, because as you saw in the last call, it might be with his parents in another state. So stick around to the end and see how I overcome all of these concerns and get credit card details today.
Yes.
Excellent. And so you mentioned for this business account, you have like a debit, but that's not on you.
Yeah, so the card's not on me at the moment. I think I might have it right here. Might be. Yeah, because I switched wallets.
Oh, no,
and I switched wallets, and so I moved all my cards. So, yeah, so it's not in here. I'm pretty sure it's my other wallet, actually. What were you saying there?
Yeah, I've got similar thing with business. I've got like a little card folio thing that literally just has like debit, Amex, ID, credit.
Yeah.
I think I have like 7 credit cards personally.
So you see the physical body movements I am doing? Those are actually intentional. I want to try to convey as much as possible that I'm detached from this sale. And so I do those things not only to help convey to him that I'm detached, but also to help myself manage the state I'm in so that I'm curious, inquisitive, and not too needy.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's all excellent. I mean, consulting is really fun, man. I'm very, very excited. I personally find too with the people who come in, I mean, given that you're younger, you have less of what I would call baggage when it comes to like limiting beliefs and mindsets. Sure, you had that one little hiccup where maybe you didn't get over the hump when it comes to photography, but I don't think you understand how much leverage that gives you over other people. Like we have people who are, once again, we primarily focus on people who are running businesses, so we deal with less of it. From time to time, we find people like yourself, or I'd say it's more of a judgment call on me to feel like, I mean, I see that you have a lot.
So what I'm doing right now is I realize that there's another barrier, but before I go ahead and try to get more or inspire more action out of him, I want to reaffirm that he's making a good decision. One of the best ways to keep somebody happy is just tell them that they've made a really good decision. And I'm trying to encourage and reward the behavior of him doing what I want by saying, hey man, I'm actually very, very excited for you. But I'm not faking this. I genuinely am.
Potential in you. And in the past, or previously when we did more B2C stuff, older people, it's like, yeah, they have more experience, but it's like, tell them to do ads, you tell them to do this, and it's just, I don't know, it's just the dots don't connect the right way. I don't quite know how to articulate the best way. But cool. As far as the debit, so you don't have that, or you do?
So I got a little bit of tacit approval, and I really just talked him up and said, hey, I really think you're a really good candidate for this. Now I want to begin figuring out what the actual concern is that I need to overcome, or overcome the real challenge.
No.
I'd have to go look for it, so I'd have to leave and go grab it. I'm pretty sure it's in my wallet. It's in my car right now.
Okay. Yeah, so we have the banking info. I mean, that would work if we were to do a wire, but I've realized that with wires, it would have to come from your account to ours. And so it'd be the other way around. We have to give you your wire info, but you would get charged with fees with that. If you know where that card is, I mean, the simplest thing is just like it takes 2 seconds just to write down the digits, and then we'd save that on our side. And once again, if there's any hiccup at all, or if there's any reason why we shouldn't be able to process that, just let us know, and I'll just tell the team to hold off. But if your car is close by, if you want to take like 2 seconds, I don't mind. I can go get a drink of water, and then I could rally back in 5. I don't know if that works with you or not.
Yeah, I could go jog down to my car.
So this is a really big one, is if someone's payment details aren't there today, stay on the line with them. Don't end the call. 8 out of 10 times or 9 out of 10 times, if you end the conversation right at the brink of a commitment, they will just disappear and ghost, and they'll come up with some fear on their own. So what I'm going to say, and what you watched I did there, is just, hey, why don't you go do that? I'll shut the camera off and go get some water, and we'll touch back in 5. But I'm not ending the meeting. So I'm going to go ahead and speed up the call to when he comes back from the car, and you can see the conversation from there.
I'll grab that.
Cool. Yeah, I'm going to get some water. I'll be right back.
All right.
So fun fact, about 50% of the time, I actually won't leave my computer. I'll just say I'm going to go get water, but I'll sit there with my audio on to see and hear for when he comes back. I don't actually want to leave. I want him to go do his thing. I'm still engaged in this conversation and want to see it through to a commitment.
All right, I'll get back.
Unmuted. You ever had reverse osmosis water before?
Yeah, my dad had one hooked up.
Really?
Yeah.
Anytime I ask somebody that, it's always like, no, I've.
So once again, this is me just trying to be a human being and just keep rapport with him as a human.
And I don't know what that is. You're crazy. Yeah, I switched to it not long ago from like regular tap water. It's stupid. I feel like it shouldn't make that big of a difference, but I feel like I feel great. Those little Primo things, those like 5 gallon things that are kind of annoying you see around, but like those Primo waters that you can get at the it's like that water
Yeah.
tower station you see in like
Oh,
Walmart.
yeah.
I would definitely. I mean, it's a bit woo-woo, right? I'm not saying you have to do it, but I'd recommend like one of those things is I think it's like $10 for your first one. You take a little bit of a hit just buying like the freaking container. You can find one like on Craigslist or whatever that someone's just gonna do away with. But it's like $1.50 to fill for 5 gallons, and like one of the little pumps for it is fairly. It's like $10 as well. Since I switched to one of those, bro, oh my god, I really love it compared to regular tap water.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I live here in Austin, Texas, where I was at prior to this. I'm in Columbia now, so I bought one of those machines. But when I was living in Austin, I switched to that, and yeah, I haven't gone back since. I don't it's woo-woo, but I recommend trying it.
Do you add anything to the water? I remember my dad used to add minerals because he said it filtered out the like good minerals that were in water.
I don't. I don't. I thought the whole thing with reverse osmosis was that it was supposed to like just only leave the good minerals, but I guess it depends on how crazy your tap water is and where you're living, right? I'd imagine in California that there's probably enough left over after it that you should be set. But that's just
Yeah, probably.
okay. Well, cool. Yeah, I got the thing on my side. 16 digits when you're ready.
And just like that, we've gotten the real commitment. So there was a little more to be done to finish things off, but the key, once again, is staying calm, staying human, and staying detached from the sale, and just logically helping him overcome his concerns. I'm not gonna sit there and hit him with the mindset bat and reframes. I'm also not gonna be too direct and pushy. I'm gonna try to suggest things, and if he wants to do them, he'll do them with very little resistance.
Last note. So we have your consent to attempt to process 5,000 1 week from today.
Yes.
Okay, on Tuesday that works. So that would be
Yeah.
Would that be next
The 24th.
Tuesday? Yeah, the 24th. Okay, sweet. And then once again, to reiterate, that would be, if that clears, there's a small chance it might not because 5,000 is above some banks' thresholds, but it's a business account, so it might be different. But so yeah, if that doesn't clear, I'll reach out to you and let you know. We'll try to run half of that, so it'll be 2,500. If that fails, then we'll reach out to you. But if 5,000 doesn't clear, we'll try 2,500 and then do that again in 24 hours. We'll let you know. We'll keep you in the loop.
Okay.
If by chance we shouldn't or we can't or something comes up, heaven forbid you get sick, text me, email me, let me know. Have no issues there. And then if you want to have another call, do you want to have another call at that time? Another call next week to check in or?
Yeah, another time.
Also, always put a second call for the day of the payment collection, because if it fails, you want to have them there to help them troubleshoot why it would fail so you can get a commitment. And if the payment goes through, replace that call with an onboarding call. But always, always, always have a second call booked.
Or another call next week. Let me check, make sure I don't work, but same time should be all right if that works for you.
Cool. And if it clears, I'll actually talk with our team and I'll potentially connect you with Alex. Alex is one of our lead coaches for consulting.com. So I'll just have him do like a brief intro with you and he'll be able to sort of point you in the right direction. I'll explain sort of the terms of the deal and whatnot. And yeah, I think it'd be pretty cool. Just a brief on Alex. He's worked for Fortune 500 companies. He's done media buying, managed marketing campaigns in the tens of millions of dollars. So he's got the world of experience. You'll learn about him more in the program. But sweet. I'm very excited. For starters, congrats. I know it's not the full commitment, but you made a commitment. And let me tell you that is literally the hardest part of most of consulting is literally what you just did, which is speaking a commitment into fruition. It's never comfortable. It's never easy. It's not even real yet. But I have to say kudos to you for, I'd say, having the cojones to step up to the plate. You'd have no idea how many regular consultants we talk to who will just string you around, beat around the bush. This, got to talk to my partner, wife, check the weather, look at the astrology signs, Mercury's in retrograde, can't do anything. But you've got like the makings. This is what I mean when I say like you have potential. The fact that you've come this far and are aware of your weaknesses and are willing to embrace those and change. And also it's an exciting time because one, you have a lot of pressure on you, but it's good pressure because, the consequences of your inaction are greater than others who might not have that, which is a regular job in career and engineering. You're a student, you might not know exactly how to monetize yourself, but we will take care of that. Like this is for people doing 6 to 7. So getting you to that first 6, it's literally walking a park. A lot of it's just shutting off your brain, showing up and listening to what Alex has to say. But I'm very excited for you, man. How are you feeling?
Pretty good. There's a scheduling conflict next week. Tuesday at 1 doesn't work for me.
Okay. When would work for Tuesday?
Tuesday, I'm pretty jammed. It looks like I've got work from 1 to possibly 8 p.m. But Wednesday or Monday would work.
Sweet.
Can we do 1:30?
Yeah, of course.
All right.
1:30 would work.
I get out of school at 12:15, and sometimes traffic holds me up, and I might want to grab a snack or something.
All the time. Yeah, I can't blame you. Sweet. So yeah, I mean, how are you feeling? Excited? Good on your side? Maybe a little nervous? Just not sure?
Good, nervous. I don't know. It's kind of scary. $5,000, but I think that's the most money I've spent. But I mean, I feel like it'll put a fair amount of pressure. I did remember I have extra money that I have access to as of a few days ago that I forgot about. So it takes a little bit of the pressure off, but it still, I don't know, leaves that.
That's change. That has changed. Yeah. This feeling right here is exactly how you'd feel when you do that first outreach to the client, exactly how you feel the first time on the phone.
Exactly how it feels. Because I remember I sat there with the email address typed in and I felt the same way. So it's that kind of the toes on the edge of a cliff feeling.
Right. Well, you get used to it. You get used to it. And I think surrounding you around killers, and you'll also be able to attend some of the, I believe we do group calls for the people who have the time to attend those. For a lot of people are fairly busy, so a lot of it's private. But yeah, you step in and you hear people's 6-figure problems and 7-figure problems. I guarantee you that little stepping on the edge thing will dissipate. You're like, he spent $50,000 and didn't get a return on his ad spend the way he'd like to, or just made it back, right? And I'm scared about 5K, but it's only a lot compared to where you are now. But sweet. That's all I've got. We've run a little bit past the hour. We run for 45, but I got something to jump to right after this. Any last questions, comments, or thoughts while you have me?
Is that on Monday or Wednesday? The call next week?
The call next week. Oh, like to meet with our team?
Yeah.
So that would be for, you said Wednesday at 1:30 would work. So I'll aim to put it for then.
All right.
Sweet. Cool. Any other questions, comments, thoughts?
No, that's it for now. I'll let you get going.
Sweet. Okay. And if you think of anything, you've got my number. Once again, it's like, I'm
the same number I texted you at earlier.
Anything. Yep. Same one.
All right. For sure.
Sweet.
Thank you.
See you on the inside, man. Cheers.
See you.
And just like that, we have secured a commitment today. But wait, there's more. There's actually a third call. Now, before I talk about that, one tactic that I did that I wouldn't call a tactic, but you should be mindful of, is whenever, always, your counterpart does what you want them to do, makes the commitment and buys today, celebrate them, cherish them, reward them for having made the commitment. You want them to feel nothing but serotonin, dopamine, and really good feelings for having made a commitment to you. So that way, on your collection day, which is 1 week from now, they feel good. Your counterpart will almost always get buyer's remorse 24 hours later and almost always get some uncertainty before you collect your payment. Fun fact, as I mentioned a moment ago, is there's actually a third call that I have with him discussing, or second call I should say, discussing last minute resistance and last minute concerns he had before coming through with the full 5K payment. We also had some payment issues. And if you're curious and you want that second call, it's going to be linked down below in the Persuasion Academy, where I give out free and valuable sales education and do live calls to empower you guys to become better and more effective at selling so you can close more deals. Hope you found this video helpful.